Yeah, g'day YouTubers. Tinker O'Toole again with another video for the beginners out there. Facing off. Pretty simple, isn't it? Sounds simple. Well, there's a few little things you've got to watch and avoid. One of the first things, don't use carbide bits to face off. This is what happens if you use carbide bits to face off. You'll chip the edges off. You may be able to get away with it once or twice, but yeah, you'll find out you'll end up chipping the edges off quite a lot. Why is that? Well, simple reason, you start off okay, but as you get right towards the center, the speed slows down, and instead of cutting, you start to rub. And as you get real close to the center, within a couple of millimeters, that rubbing action is worse, creates a lot of friction, and it can just chip off the edge because tungsten carbide is extremely brittle. The only way that you can really get away with it safely that if you change the RPM, but there's that much mucking around on this lathe to change the RPM, it's not worth it. So the best thing to do is that if you're going to face off, just use high-speed steel. And one of the other things that I always do is that when you talk about your height, well, the height that I've got on here, from the base of here to the top of the tip, is about 65.16 millimeters. Right, there it is there. So what I typically do is measure the height. So it doesn't matter what, I've got a tool for it, I made a tool. The same thing, you can set the height of that. It'll be set to that. So once you know what your height is in reference to the base of the cross slide, it's just a matter of turning that around and putting the depth gauge of the digital vernier on there and setting the height. So yeah, just record what your height is and you can always use that. So anyway, we'll have a look at using the high-speed steel in facing off and just make sure that when you do it, you set it up correctly. Okay, so when we have a look at this tool in the high-speed steel, as you can see, it's got a rake on it, right? So if we use the cutting tip in this position here, we can set the height, but I'm going to use the side of the cutting tip. So what I've got to make sure is, remember I said before we're 61.16 or 61.20. So it's just a matter of saying, well, I'm going to use it in that position. I'll just do it again, right on that corner. 65.112, not 61. Yeah, 65.12. So the end of the tip will be, see, 65.30. So yeah, look, it's okay to use that just around the corner like that there. So what we're going to do is just turn it around in that position there, which is the right height, 65.12 or 65.15, 65.20. That's close enough. So yeah, you can use that and we'll face off doing that and it should be at the right height. And if it's not, we'll just adjust it. And the other thing is, when you're using high-speed steel to face off, it's not brittle. So even though when we come right in the middle where the pip is, it won't rub like carbide, it won't chip off. That's the difference between facing off on high-speed steel. So we'll just face that off. Need a little bit more come in. I haven't faced off on this bit for a while. But if you do that method that you record the height with your digital vernier, you'll never make a mistake with your height. Now, the only other thing to mention is, even though that you record the height, what can happen is that you get a lot of downward pressure that can reduce your height. Just one more. No, there's a little bit more to come off that. Take a little bit more, a bit heavier. It's much more forgiving high-speed steel in facing off. Just a little bit more. That's good enough. Okay, so we'll just get this out. Now, as you can see, that faced off quite well. So, just a matter of getting your height correct, and facing off with carbide steel is not a good idea, because the moment you get right into that middle, you'll see that little, you can't miss it. There it is, magnified a bit. That's the danger zone, that little tiny bit. It's right in the middle there. Isn't it interesting? This is mild steel. And when you face off, look how it tears. Terrible, isn't it? The only way that you could improve that is to go higher speed and take smaller cuts. But I'm not making anything. I'm just using this for a demonstration. So, yeah. It actually didn't turn too bad for a little bit of mild steel. I turned it there before, so... Yeah, look, mild steel's not really the best thing to turn on a lathe. It leaves a terrible finish. The only way you can get a better finish on the shaft, if you're doing a shaft, is use a burnishing roller, which I've demonstrated before. So, but anyway, mild steel's got its place. It's cheap and it's good for certain things. Whereas, yeah, all metals are suitable for different applications. So it depends on your application. But yeah, mild steel's got to be the worst metal you could turn on a lathe. It tends to tear rather than shear off nice and smooth. Yeah, it just tends to rip. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.